Hello and welcome to Ike's Back to School Night. My name is Dalen Pointer, and this year I will be your child's sixth grade language and literature, as well as individuals in society, otherwise known as social studies, or your eighth grade language arts and literature teacher. So I'm teaching both of those subjects this year. Again, my name is Dalen Pointer, and I am so excited to be your child's teacher this year. This is my 21st year teaching. Before I came to Ike last year, I taught at Stone Ridge for 6 years. The rest of my career has been spent in middle school. I absolutely love what I do and the individual students I get to work with every year. I love middle schoolers and just really enjoy them. My husband is also a teacher, and we have 2 sons. We have a 6th grader here at Ike and a 3rd grader at Stone Ridge. So I get everything from not only the teacher point of view, but from the student's point of view as well. So this year is definitely going to be looking a little different for all of us, but please know I'm committed to helping your child have the best, happiest, and most productive year possible. Some general information from the school. Material pickup is August 6th through 8th. You should be watching this video on the 7th, so you can go on Saturday morning to pick up your child's materials. I will post like our weekly schedule or agenda every Monday morning so we can have an idea of what the week's going to look like. Office hours for parents, this is my time to talk to parents and things like that, are Wednesdays 8 to 8:30. If that does not work for you, we can easily make an appointment almost any time. Please contact me through email at dpointer@rcsdk8.org. For any reason whatsoever, if you want to check in on your kid, you need anything at all, ideas to motivate them, I'll try and do my best to help. So please feel free to email me with anything at any time. As you know, we have a new learning system this year. It is called Otis. It is a one-stop shop for grades, assignments, lessons, mass communication. So it takes the place of PowerSchool. It takes the place of Google Classroom, all of those things. And it's also a good way to communicate. I believe there's even, I haven't learned this yet, but a chat feature where it's almost like texting. So that can be really handy too. From the district, and definitely here at Ike, our expectations this year are that each child will make a year's growth during distance learning. We do have to take attendance every day. So that's different than it was in the spring. Kids need to complete their work. Grades will be given. Daily student engagement is expected. Kids will need their textbooks, a notebook to make notes and jot things down as well as a pencil or pen. They will also need, if at all possible, and I know when there's more kids in the house, this can be hard, a quiet place without distractions, preferably upright in a chair, and ready to learn. Content this year, language and literature. This is for both 6th grade and 8th graders. Our curriculum is Springboard, and it will be heavily supplemented with different materials to support IB. We will also have 3 novel studies in each grade, and then our writing is the pretty typical genres of narrative, informational, and persuasive argumentative. Individuals in society, that's 6th grade social studies, so that's just one period that I have of that. We will use the McGraw-Hill textbook. It's a new adoption. 8th graders have that too, only for U.S. history. We'll be using design projects to the IB, and then there's a list there of the ancient civilizations we get to study this year. Feedback and grading is pretty similar to last year, a couple tiny changes. Formative is feedback. It doesn't count towards the grade, it's practice. And then summative does count toward the final performance grade that you'll see on the report cards. And then the same levels for learning last year, unless you're a 6th grader, then these are new. 1 to 2 is beginning, 3 to 4 is approaching, 5 to 6 is mastery. So that's like our target. That's what we definitely want to get to. 7 and 8 is mastery. Learning behaviors, we're really checking for engagement and work completion, and your child will receive a rarely, sometimes, or consistently for each of those 2 items on their report card. And then lastly, a few little bits of just some things that I want you to know. The most important thing your child can do to help themselves this year is read. And reading begets reading. The more you do it, the more it becomes a habit and things like that. And I'm going to be talking to the kids a ton about this. I'm going to be introducing them to a lot of different books and things like that. I know libraries are closed. They're not at school, things like that. It might be hard to get books, but I'm going to try to let them know as many ways to do that as possible. And just kind of as a mom, I'd much rather have them have a physical book in their hand than be staring at a screen reading, even more than they already are. Very concerned about the screen time that all of our kids are going to have. Anyway, according to literary expert Stephen Krashen, no single literacy activity has a more positive effect on students' comprehension, vocabulary knowledge, spelling, writing ability, and overall academic achievement than free voluntary reading. So, reading is the number one thing to help kids grow in language arts and across the board. It's an amazing thing. Please check in on your child often, especially like 8th grade parents. You think, oh, they're 13, 14 years old. They're fine. They don't need me anymore. They do. They might need you more than ever. In the spring, I found a lot of kids, a lot of great kids were like telling their parents they were doing their work. They weren't. And then they had this mountain of things to do at the end of the year. And it was stressful and not fun at all for anybody. So just check in on your kid. If you need some help, if there's anything I can do to support you or your child or your family, please let me know. Please email me. We can talk on the phone, whatever you need. And also something that I love about Ike, again, it's only my second year here, but they are so kid and family centered that if there's anything that we can do for you, we will do it. So please reach out if there's any help that you need. Please let us help you. So I just want to say again, it's going to be a weird year for sure. But I'm going to do my best to be as helpful to your child and your family as I possibly can. Please know that. Let's keep the dream alive and have a great year. Thank you so much. I will be meeting your children soon. I'm very excited about that and I'll be in touch with all of you very soon too. Thank you. Have a good night.